Hello, everybody. I know I should be out on the beach. It's 63 degrees. It's also looking a little cloudy, but my feet, my legs, my calves, I think they need a break today. As sad as I need to be, that means that tomorrow will be worth $1 instead of 50 cents because, for $175 for about 365 days, I figure every day is worth 50 cents of that. So it's like, you know, plus my tax dollars. Yeah, whatever. So why am I here? Oh, okay. So tired. The cheap comic book collector, Rob, has a channel, and I think these were the dollar haulers, and I totally forgot that I got some comic books from him. I was like, wait, did I pay you for those? I'm like, oops. And I paid him for them, and then he sent them out. So here they are. And came pretty quick. Now, during Christmas, everything, like, it wasn't his fault at all. It's the United States Postal Service. It just stinks. But they sent the comics from him all the way to Indiana or somewhere over there. It was like 1,738 miles away. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Why would they? Even this thing, it went from Greensboro to Fayetteville to Greensboro to Fayetteville. It was like, can y'all put your left foot in and put your left foot out and play the hokey pokey and something else? It's got to be, I don't know. I think they're doing this on purpose just to see how much I can put up with. See how much it's trying my patience. So I think the postal service is just like, oh, let's another package for him. Let's send it to another country first. Wow, he's got them in here like trapped. I can't figure out how to get these out. Oh, there we go, finally. So yeah, I mean, even this package, it was like it left Fayetteville, came back to Fayetteville. Although this time it left and came back to Fayetteville about 5 or 6 times in the same day, which doesn't make sense. It was like, what? Whatever. It came quicker than it did last time. And again, that's absolutely not his fault at all. That is the United States Postal Service speeding. Well, let's just put it this way. If you want something to be screwed up, get the government involved. Although I don't know if they're still affiliated with the government. Oh, well. Okay, there's like 1,000 layers of bubble wrap. So let me get all the bubble wrap off. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then there's more bubble wrap. Okay. So I got all this bubble wrap. So in case I have a nervous attack, I can poppity pop, pop, pop. Let me just put it on the floor for now because ain't much room in this here kitchen. Even my table's getting a little bit crowded. All right. Holy crap. Okay, so thank you, Scotty, Rob. And let's see what we got in the bag. Uh-oh. The tape has tried to attach itself to one of the comics when I pulled it out. All right. Oy vey. Okay. So I think these were dollar comics. I can't remember now. Like I said, I think this was like back before it's back before the new year. Maybe it was like a New Year's thing or something. I don't know. He's on late at night, and I'm like, oh, I can't stay up that late. I wish I could. It's really hard. But I think sometimes I fall asleep, take a little nap, and when I wake up, I still got more energy. Oh, okay. So I don't even know what's in here, to be honest with you. So let's look at what we got here. We got Dark Hawk. I've heard a lot of good things about Dark Hawk. I have yet to read one. We have another Dark Hawk, number 12. I'm just looking at that guest starring the Tombstone. Isn't he the pizza guy? What do you want on your tombstone? And then we got Dark Hawk, where Tombstone is appearing again. So 11 and 12. And 5, I was about to say, I have a nice little run there, like 11, 12. It's part 2 of 6, and this is part 3 of 6. And Grifter, yes. Now, I didn't read all these back in the day. I'm not even sure if I knew if they were around. I knew I had Grifter number 1 back in the day. Back whenever these first came out in the 90s, but I don't know if I ever got any more of them. But, yeah, Grifter is part of the Wildcats, which is my favorite new team of the 90s. Back whenever the 90s comic explosion happened, when everybody, I don't know how, the exodus happened, and they were being extreme in the 90s. It was just a wild, wild west again for comics, which gave it new life, to be honest with you. They tried to mimic that in the 2011, but couldn't do it. Crusaders, will their first mission be their last? Will their first mission be their last? I hope not, but hey, we'll find out. This number 5. We got another Grifter comic, Wildstorm Rising. What's inside of this? Ooh, cards. And they haven't been opened yet. Shall we open them? I'm all for opening things. I know that a lot of you are like, no, you got to leave in there. Okay, look, these are $1 comics. Do you think these cards are going to be worth $1 billion each? I bet the same cards were in every single one of these packages. So if you got this Grifter comic, I bet you got these cards. And it's only like one card in each one, it feels like. There's not very many in there. So I got Wildstorm Gallery. These are longer than normal cards. I remember these. I may already have these, to be honest with you. Because, like I said, they probably put the exact same cards in every comic. Well, we got Grifter, which is interesting because it came in a Grifter comic, so that's a good thing. By the way, it is longer than your normal card. I don't have a card handy. Figure I did because I keep getting cards and stuff, but those are teeny tiny cards. All right, this is back in 1995. I just remember I had to get special pages for the Spawn cards like this because they were like, you know how you normally put 3 wide and 3 high? These were 3 wide and 2 high on the page. So, yeah, I had to get special pages back in the day. And here's another. Let's see what it is. We got Undertow, although at first I thought it was, what is his name? The guy with the claws, and I can't think of his name right now. Him and Ripclaw, that's it. Him and the other guy that, both are basically Wolverine knockoffs. Oh, I thought I had 0 seconds. I forgot to hit the play button. Or record button. All right, so Undertow, I don't know much about him at all, if anything. Jerry Ordway is the painter. All right, well, I don't know anything about him, but now I do. I have 2 cards. X-Men 2099. I've heard both good and bad about 2099 X-Men. I'm going to give it a benefit of a doubt because I've always wanted to read the 2099 stuff. I've read a few of them. Punisher 2099 completely caught my attention. I had that action figure one time. There were 2 different versions of her. There was the more naughty version of her, I guess, where she's showing too much, and there was the other version which they decided to go back and repaint her. I think I got that action figure. And this action figure, his wings are so easy to break. Yeah, and this was a cool action figure. I had back in the 90s. I got a pretty good little run of Young Justice when I was on there. So Young Justice, Unhappy Homecoming. This was from the cartoon series, and the cartoon series was actually really good. It fell off the wagon around season 3. Series 1 and 2, but then 3 was completely so far removed, it was ridiculous. Series 1 and 2 were good, though. In the Net of Ocean Master. I think this, 2012. I think this was back when they did Series 1 and 2. Young Justice, we got the sidekicks. Cobra Strikes. Yeah, this is the shiny paper, which I'm not a big fan of, but at the same time, whatever. It's probably gonna be good comics because I like the series. So Sentinel is one I've read a few of now. I can't remember which ones I have. I picked it up because it was a really cool, like, metallic looking cover, the first one I ever read. The series was okay. You know, if you ever liked the Giant, the Iron Giant, it's really Marvel's version of the Iron Giant. This boy, whose older brother, his older brother is Sam Guthrie, which is Cannonball, and his sister is Husk. What is her name? I haven't read much about Husk. Sam was on the original team. That's why I know about the New Mutants. Sam. He finds this Sentinel and brings it back to life, and it works for him now. So this is issue number 4. It shows him inside of it. I've never seen that. But I've read at least 2 of them. I read the one that had the shiny cover, and then I decided to get a few more because it was okay. Like I said, it was really just their version of the Iron Giant. But, you know, let's be honest. Marvel's always picked things from popular media and made it their own kind of thing. When we had Purple Rain, remember Prince? They made Ace. I was like, that's a total knockoff of Prince and Michael Jackson. It's like a combination of both of them. Kazar, or you could call it Kazar. Because when I hear the name Kazar, like the way people pronounce it like that, it's like there's this old song we used to sing back in camp. It was like, John Keshkabar, and here's the Ziggy Zar. Something, something, here's the Ziggy Zar. Kanush, Kanush, and here's the Ziggy. I can't remember how that song went. It was so stupid, but it had hand motions and stuff. I think we were handing things back and forth to each other. Kind of like what's that game where you, musical chairs? I think it was like that. And if somebody, Kadoosh, Kadoosh, and here's the Ziggy Zar, and you kept on handing stuff to people, and if you got caught with a spoon or something like that, you're out. Like I said, it's been a long, long time. Here is a beater, which I am completely okay with. Smells like the basement, but that's okay with me too, as long as it don't smell like pee-pee. Wow, that's some hideous. Look at that art. It definitely is like the movie, the 1989 movie. Okay. But yeah, this is a good era for Batman. Look at that Batman right there. What the heck? And now meet Bathound. This is some crazy weird art. I'm telling you what. This is from 1990. Is that when all the artists left and they had to just pull somebody off the street to draw it? I don't know. I mean, that's just weird. Justice League, or Justice Society of America All-Stars. Now, I love Justice Society All-Stars. If this is written by, it's not, but that's okay. It's written by Matthew Sturges, whatever. Now, the Justice Society of America, this is 2010, okay. In 1999, the Justice Society of America was a comic book that was being produced by Jeff Johns, and it was fantastic. I read like the first 40 issues of that. I'm actually watching this right now. This is hilarious. It's like No Ordinary Family. Sadly, it's only one season, but it's really good. It's basically, I feel like I'm watching, it's like Timu's version of Fantastic Four. Like, it feels like the Fantastic Four. It really does. Except the powers are not in the exact same place. Like, she's speed instead of visibility, but it kind of looks like the Fantastic Four, sort of. He looks like the Thing. He's kind of like the Thing, sort of. Yeah. Anyway, it just has that whole we're a family, but we're also superheroes. It's a good TV show so far. I've really been enjoying it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to reading that one. Now, one of the reasons I picked up this Deathlock is I know I really like Trust Metarog, and he likes Deathlock, so I'm hoping there's no things in here that will be offensive. Let me put it that way. So, I mean, I just, Metarog likes it. I'll probably like it. I'll check it out. We'll see. All right, Young Justice, Aqualad, you're done as a team leader. He must have found out about him. Nah, that was actually New 52 when they changed him, I think. Anyway. Young Justice again. I got a lot of Young Justices. Nobody else was wanting them, I remember. I was like, I'll take them. I like the series. Is a sword mightier than Superboy? Oh, so these are actually based on it, but they're not retellings of the stories on there. Mega Man. Oh, I'm getting a model kit in the mail. I can't wait. It's like Mega Man X with the Falcon armor, I think. I loved Mega Man X. I had Mega Man X and I think X3 on the Super Nintendo back in the day. Wish I still had those. Oh, Batman Brave and the Bold is such a great cartoon. So funny. Ben 10, I've watched one episode. I couldn't stand it. But I love the action figures. I just thought, no, it's not for me. It's almost like they wrote it for kids or something. All right. Young Justice, The Demon Rises. We know what that's about. That's about the Lazarus Pit, which is the name of somebody in the Bible. Isn't that special? Scooby-Doo. I like looking at the ads. I think that's my main thing. I like dig the ads from this time period. Lego. We got the Young Justice, as seen on CN. Now the numberings on here is a little different than the other ones. But the other ones, I wouldn't say earlier. These other ones are very easy to tell. Are they from a different series? Is what I'm wondering. Like they did Volume 1 and Volume 2. Because this number 16 is totally different from that 12 right there, the way they number it. Let's see, this is July 2012, and this is DC Kids. There's nothing on here. Oh, that's right. They do the indencias in the back during this time period. 2012, so it must be the same one. They just changed it over. Polo Sport. All right. Total Justice. Isn't this based on the action figures? That's probably the reason I grabbed it up, because I had this action figure. I hated the permanent poses. They were basically action figures that were in. You just had to consider them like play with Smurfs. You can't pose them, so whatever. It's like playing with one of these right here. Let me grab it. This is Buzz Lightyear. So if you're playing with this, it's about like playing with these figures. The figures were at the time like the only versions of those guys we can get. So, I actually like this Teen Titans era. Does it show their armors? Because if they have armors, then that's the toy line I'm thinking of. And that was another cool thing. They all had armors. Even the Flash had some kind of weird armor, which didn't make sense because that would only weigh him down. But, yeah, this is probably Total Justice. The drawings look a lot like it. So, number 1. I finally get around to reading that. This looks like number 1 for this, doesn't it? This must have been when they went to the Unlimited series. Oh, the invasion starts here. Yeah, I think that was series 3, season 3. Yeah, because everybody completely had changed by that point. There's another Ben 10 figure. That one always looked like a Rubik's Cube to me. Ugh. Oh, J2. I definitely want to read all of the MC2 universe. I'm a huge fan of the MC2 stuff that I've read so far. Impulse. I had to be careful because I have almost every Impulse comic, and this is one of the few that I don't. Or I should say didn't. Impulse, I love the art of it. I think it's by Ethan Van Sciver or something. Well, no, he's not on this particular one. But somebody said about him the other day, and I was like, oh yeah, he was the one who did Impulse comics, or his art was predominantly in them. Ian Flux, one of the most boring movies I've ever seen. Utopia, I heard it's not the greatest series, but I would still want to read it. Now, what is this? I've seen these before. I've seen action figures for these back in the day on clearance. I remember it, but I've never knew what it was. So it was a game by Xbox. Okay, Cameo, that was it. It looks a lot like Skylanders. That's what I thought it was. Ringers, Lord of the Rings fan. Okay. This must be around 2012. 2011 was like the end of comics for me personally. I will read past it. No, 2006. So getting close to there. I used to have a lot of Robin comics, and then I gave them away. So I'm pretty sure I've read this one. Yeah, but it's okay. I mean, I definitely want to go back and reread them. Number 11. Number 14. Wow, I got a good little run of the earlier years, too. The earlier comics are hard to get a hold of. Number 25. I like the art. It's a lot like the Young Justice art from the 90s. Not the ones you've been seeing here. The Young Justice art. Oh, now here's something I was very interested in. Voltron Year 1 by Dynamite. When was this actually made? I like Voltron, period, but there's a bug comic. I went to the back because I thought it was like where the little things are going to be. Maybe it's in the front on this one. Oh, it's in the very front over here. Where's the year? 2012. Okay, that makes sense. Hopefully it's not going to be a lot of boring politics stuff. I hope it's actually good. Look, there's Goro, whatever his name is, from, is it Street Fighter? Yeah, I don't know. The artwork's okay. Where's the robots? That's what we read. I don't read Voltron to see a bunch of people talking. Is that number 1? No, it's number 4. Come on. Okay, so when I buy a Voltron comics, I want to see Voltron. I want to see people talking. And look, it's people talking. Look, it's the same picture 3-4 times in a row. And it's just barely anything there. Huh. Okay, where are the giant robots? You got spacesuits on, so that's a little more interesting. A whole comic without a giant robot fight. What? Well, I'm highly disappointed in this particular issue and the other one too. So year one must be like, there's no robots here. We just put them on the covers to get you to buy it. And then you like me. All right, so annuals of Gambit. Will Archangel be his savior or his executioner? The artwork reminds me of something. Put my finger on it. Everybody's mouth is like they got like slime in it. Oh yeah, Green Lantern. So we got number 35, or 32, I'm sorry. The other day I was actually reading something on the beach, and I said Ecclesiastes, and it was Ephesians. I was like, oh man. I don't know, that's so embarrassing, because they write the Bible verses such tiny bright print. And I had my glasses on, but it was really bright outside. I have not read this one, but it's back when Hal Jordan was still got the ring. Kyle Rayner came around issue 50. After Kyle Rayner lost his ever-loving mind. Starbrand. This is one of his Beyonder comics. Now, here's the question I had. I was thinking about the other day, because Boylon is somebody on the YouTubes, and he was saying something about Franklin. No, it was somebody else. Valley Finn, I think it was. Says about he doesn't understand who Franklin Richards is, but he's evidently one of the most powerful characters. I'm like going, I'm pretty sure that he's the most powerful character in Marvel Comics. I'm wondering, like, is Beyonder more powerful than him? And then I think, why does the Fantastic Four even have comics? Because if a villain comes around, snap, all he has to do is, like, just basically melt the guy. All right, a lot of people praise Warlord. I've read a few. They're pretty good. I had this action figure. I still have it since I was a kid. Yeah, I don't have the golden rope because I gave it to Wonder Woman and she lost it. You know, women are. But that's the only figure I had from that line. Deimos scared me. Nicola looks a little creepy. Machesti, I didn't know who he was. Eric, I didn't know who he was. Warlord, I kind of wanted him, but, you know, you only have like $5 a week allowance, and you got to spend it on what you got to know. So I bought him for $3.25, is what I remember, at the Kmart. Couldn't get two of them, though. So... Oh, the Snorks. I just found my Snorks. So I just put all my Snorks into the thing. So I did not have a character this one. This is All-Star, Tudor. What is the girl's name? I have 2 or 3 of the girl. I just took some pictures on the beach, and I put her in it. Yeah, I love the Snorks. This must be around 1985. Yep, 1985. I knew it. I used to love the Snorks. And Smurfs I'd watch, and, you know, Alvin and the Chipmunks. Definitely had to watch Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. Kid Video. I freaking love Kid Video. That was the only ones I remember on this page. That means the other 2 have to have pages in here. And you're like, you're buying comic books to look at the ads. I know. Isn't that strange? Bonkers. Bonks you out. Yeah, I remember that commercial. Okay, well, I can't find the other ones. I can't get the pages apart. Here we go. I guess only one got theirs in on time. So NBC, you know what was on Saturday mornings on there. I don't see the CBS and the ABC. And they ran it for like 3 comic books, I remember. Starting this summer to kind of give you an idea. Nope, the other 2 teams weren't on the ball on that one. Here's number 90, though. Maybe they got it at 90, or maybe they, well, see, if you back up January back to the 3 months, maybe that was just a really late one is what it is. Because usually it's before that. Yeah, I think it's just a late one. Like NBC may have changed things up or something. So we got another Warlord, number 80. We got 89, 90, 80. Wow. When I got my Hercules, it was only those 3 figures, and I don't think I saw Warlord. I might have picked him up instead. He-Man, and that's the reason I picked it up, is have another character for He-Man's universe. I was a huge, right at the beginning when He-Man came out, I was on board right away. Freaking loved He-Man. Then when the cartoon came out, I feel like they betrayed me. It was like, oh, this is not what I signed up for. So this is number 79. Whoa, I got a lot of Warlord. Number 74. Kool-Aid. So the reason I can't stand grape Kool-Aid now is because of Kool-Aid, man. I got both of these cartridges. It took like 80 Kool-Aid points or something total. Yeah, no, it was 125, really? I remember it was like 80 for each one of them. Maybe I gave up halfway or something because I just couldn't drink that much more Kool-Aid. But yeah, I got both versions of the game. They both stunk. This one has Power Girl in it, which is interesting. How did Power Girl get there? So I want to know. Was this during the crisis? And yeah, it was 87, so it was right during that crisis era. And Warlord, Atlantis, and I think they, okay, so after Crisis, they retconned Power Girl, where she was actually a descendant of Atlantis instead. She was no longer a Kryptonian. They wanted only one Kryptonian, and only one. Just trying to see if there's anything about the Crisis in here, maybe like, you know, their worlds are combining or something like that. I guess it was after Crisis. Here's another one. Wow, I must have got a lot of Warlords. Number 93, not complaining. I'm just like, at first I thought they had hair on top of the skull, like it was the Joker or something. Devil's Wings. Hawkman. V. Oh, I loved V. That was a great TV show. We need the action figures for that. I got the little ship. Boy, tell you what, this was everybody had this back in the day. Another Warlord, number 8, 1987, number 114. Also with Legends. This is way later. This must be toward the very end. Yeah, I remember the sideways things that they did for laser tag. My friend Sputnik had laser tag. Monogram. What was on the inside of them? It wasn't that. I saw something that caught my eye. No, must have been my imagination. And then number 91. This one is, or sorry, number 97. Man, I need new classes, evidently. September of 85. The Outsiders. I used to read that. Reese's Pieces. It's weird that they showed this alien instead of the actual alien that ate Reese's Pieces. I never quite understood that. Like E.T. ate Reese's Pieces, so therefore they should be able to use E.T. in their ads. This woman never got a break from getting bunked on the head. Hex was good. I enjoyed Hex. Look, an Apple IIe computer system you can win. Man, I wanted one so bad. And another Warlord comic. Number 102. This is where I got cut off on the top by the producer. The bottom is huge. Mike Grail. Isn't he somebody famous? Wow. The art's very different. Like very contrasty. Wait a minute. I remember this game. Heroes role-playing game. I think I had one of the booklets from one of the campaigns from that. I don't know why. Nobody played it. Everybody played Dungeons and Dragons, so I guess I was wanting to try to get something else started, but nobody cared. think, well, we can include, you can make those guys in D&D. Mask. They tried to redo the mask things, but they made them way more expensive than anybody can afford. But I got my originals for the ones I really care about. Gator was one of the first ones I ever got. I think Condor is one of the best ones, but my favorite one's not on here, which is Raven. And my favorite action figure from that line is Lloyd Malloy. He looks like Billy Idol, dancing with myself. Captain Adam wants you to solve a mystery in the Scooby-Doo gang. Mega Man. I hope Blackies gets the Mega Man license. That would be totally rad. Maybe half these down to where I don't have to be up inside the camera. The gorillas attack. I think the thing I don't like about comics around 2012, I know this is a little bit earlier, so like 2012, is that they look too computer generated. Like they look like they are made by a computer, not by a person. And they probably did do it on the computer. It's like, yeah. Who's this guy? Reflections of Danger. Danger, Will Robinson. In 10 game. Green Lantern, the animated series. That feels like that was just yesterday. Was there a different one? Is this the one where they had a ship? They had the guy, I think his name was Rage. He was a Red Lantern. And I remember there was a series of Green Lantern, but it just feels like yesterday. It didn't feel like it was that long ago. 2013 was over 12 years ago. It looks like Brainiac, but made out of crystals. Kind of like Brainy Iceman. Oh, he's prismatic. That's what he is. Oh, okay, so it's Invasion. So I might have all the Invasion ones. Well, it's going to be the same ads. And then, I think this is the last but not least, number 25. We got Shazam. We got a Brainiac. It's a very cool looking Brainiac, actually. Very different kind of skull. Wow, it's like everybody's in this one. Part 6 of 6, so I guess it's the conclusion. So do I have, okay, so 24, 23, and I saw some other ones earlier, but we'll find out whenever I put them into my CLZ app. So there's a lot of diversity in comics. Which ones are your favorites? Come on. Are these like one and done comics, or is this like part 7 of Heat when they do all that? Only better pick up a comic, not be confused, and read it. Oh, you know what? I want to read number 1 of, actually. It is a number 1. It's the Young Justice. Not Young Justice. What am I trying to think of? It was the Total Justice. That's what I'm trying to think of. Oh, here it is. All right. Nope, I grabbed the wrong one. Bad fingers. All right. Probably this will be my first one to read. Let me look at the other pile real quick. The other half of this pile. The Gambit might be a good one and done read. Look at that Gateway computer. The old CRT type monitors. I'm telling you right now, the Voltrons look like something I'll be putting away. Going, nope, don't want to read those. This will be something I'm going to be reading soon. Gosh, I got enough Warlords. Took a horse. All right. So, out of all of these, I definitely want to grab this one first to read. And this one, since it's right there in the middle of where I've been reading around anyway. So that's good. Who's this band? Ugly Kid Joe. Never heard of. Most of that music, I was like, meh. Oh, my cat's trying to get in. He's pulling on the door. I got a little like latch on there that if it didn't connect, he could actually pull it open. All right, well, I'll see you guys later. If I try to walk to the door, I'll hopefully make it. I don't know. I may still go out to the beach. What do you guys think? Should I go out to the beach? Definitely need to get my steps in. But I need to get my legs a rest today, I think. I think I'm going to let my legs have a rest today. Maybe kick back and let the cat in before he tears the door down. All right, well, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for those who snuck in. Anybody actually say anything? Nope. All right.